My name is Katrina Robinson Wheeler. I grew up in kind of your upper middle class. Went to Miami to school. I was in that fashion design atmosphere. I went back home with the cocaine dependence. The addiction started to kind of come down on me. The state got involved in my life. I was in treatment probably for about 9 months. And I was telling my counselor, you know, I think I could do this job. I want to develop a women's program. It was a success. My family never knew anything. They never knew anything about the dependents. I was kind of like the model child, and you know, I was so successful that they weren't seeing anything but that. I was sacrificing time and finances that should have been for my children. I called a relative and I was like, you know, I gotta get out of this place. If I do not leave this place, something bad is gonna happen. Then the state got involved in my life. And I didn't do what they asked me to do, and they took my children. It was just like the most devastating thing that had ever happened to me. I'm giving a lot of my income to the state attorney's office trying to stay out of jail. Meanwhile, I'm in treatment also. Got the kids back in 8 months. That's when things really got a little harder financially. I had them in daycare, after school programs, gotta have food in the house, gotta keep the lights on, gotta keep the rent paid. So I was talking to my cousin about, hey, I need some help paying my light bill. And she said, well, there's this agency that help you pay your light bills. So she took me, introduced me to Vanetta Spalding. And Vanetta was telling me about the Family Self-Sufficiency Program. They actually paid my utility bill immediately. I started working at Sutton Place Behavioral Health, my current employer, and doing counseling. And so the program blew up, and it was so successful. I was awarded Certification Board of the Year Professional and the Florida Alcohol Drug Abuse Association Professional of the Year at the same time. I was referring them to the Family Self-Sufficiency Program. A lot of the women, they wanted to be me, because I shared my story a lot. To let them know that you can do better, you can change. Women were being reunited with their children, they were staying clean longer, and that was the thing. They were staying clean for long terms, and they were getting their children back. They were being successful. But I really, really think highly of this agency. I really, really do, because not only did it benefit me, but both of my girls were in their program. My name is Katrina Robinson Wheeler, and NFCAA illuminated my path.
My name is Amanda Morningstar, and I'm a pre-med student at University of Florida. I was approximately 5 or 6 years old when I started to realize that a lot of negative things were around in my community, my neighborhood, my street. There was always like drugs and prostitutes. That's just how life was. That's how everybody got their money. Everybody around me was doing what they had to do to survive. I knew right then and there that I had to get out of the neighborhood and had to keep myself active from falling into the temptations. I had to do better things. My mom always kept us involved in stuff. She worked 3 jobs so that we wouldn't have to turn into the streets. When I was around 12, my mom started blaming herself because she was too busy working and she wasn't home enough with us. That's when her drug addiction started, and she started drinking. We maybe saw my mom once or twice a week. After about 1.5 years, she decided to go to my grandma and ask for help. My grandma was the one that stayed beside me and helped me through everything. My mom got introduced to NFCAA, which is Northeast Florida Community Action Agency. She decided that she wanted to change her life around. And that's when I was introduced that there was youth programs. Our local community center was Emmett Reed. Jerry Ford, that was our youth coordinator. She got me involved with doing like youth summits. We could feed the homeless. We would go to shelters just to go sit with people just for 2 or 3 hours a day, just made their day. My mom is like literally my rock now. She went from the bottom of the totem pole to now she's doing a lot better. She makes me want to better my life. I'm almost 21 and I have over 2,000 hours of community service. I'm in my 3rd year of college at the University of Florida. I came from having nothing to having anything I want and can take care of myself because of my family and being able to be a part of NFCAA and Emmett Reed. My grandma and me came up with this saying, it's, I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. My name's Amanda Morningstar, and NFCAA has illuminated my life.
My name is Cedric. I found myself in a really peculiar situation. When everything kind of fell apart, I was in the Navy at the time and I was in Iceland. I was calling back home trying to check on the family and nobody was answering the phone. I started panicking, making phone calls, and I found they were out of town and their mom hadn't been seen for a while. And one day she said she was going out to get something to eat and just never showed back up. How was I gonna take care of 5 kids, work, and go to school? And somebody mentioned NFCAA to me. So I went over there. I got an AS degree and an AA degree while I was there, and I graduated with high honors. I had absolutely no idea how I was going to take care of 5 kids. I had a serious decision to make. I have a career over here where they're offering me a re-enlistment bonus to stay in the military. All my bills would have been paid off. I chose to give up my career. It was phenomenal to me because they were able to help me with my books, a little bit with my tuition, a little bit with childcare. And just because they were able to help me get my degree, I inspired my daughter. So before she graduated high school, she already had her associate's degree. I ended up going into full-time ministry. Going into ministry inspired me, along with the experience I had with NFCAA, to start my own nonprofit organization. And so we started an organization called Crucial Inc. Basically what we do is we take young people, gifts and talents, move them towards an educational opportunity, and then into the community to do work. But in addition to that, I had to make a living. And so NFCAA helped me with the IDA program. And so that led me to start my company, Uncommon Success. I just want to thank NFCAA for all they've done to make my family what it is. What NFCAA did for me, I turned around and instilled in my children what they could do. And then I started an organization that is continually touching and changing lives. So people don't know what a little bit of help will do and how many lives that will touch.
I'm Cedric Twilley, and NFCAA has illuminated my way.